Hi everyone, I'm here with Gabriel, a long-term member of CGP, and I would say without further ado, Gabriel, just introduce yourself, tell us a bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, great. Thanks for inviting me and having me here for the interview, Robin. So, first of all, my name is Gabriel, as Robin said, and I am in the medical field. Actually, I am an ENT surgeon. So, I've been enjoying the program for some time. And as being in the medical field, I like to take decisions based on evidence. So, I think that's what drew me with you guys. So, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. So, well, before joining Crypto Game Plan, what was like your biggest frustration or fear regarding the crypto market?
So I think it was like information paralysis. There is for
Mm,
someone not or new into the space, there are a lot of things going on and a lot of noise. So when I approached it at first, I had been an investor for some time on traditional markets, but I tried to look for reliable information and educate myself, like going into economic principles and all that. But then I got stuck with a lot of information and unreliable things that made me stop and think, okay, this is not for me. It's way
mhm.
more complicated. That was it. It was trying to get into something that I didn't understand. So that is no way to invest your time and your money in something that it's something off of you. It's like just you're better off gambling, right?
Yeah, it's 100% like the time investment that comes with like heading into a new space that you never went into in like before is actually huge and like a cost that a lot of people like ignore in the beginning and just think, okay, I will figure it out myself. But they don't think about like how much time actually is necessary to like succeed in like a new area alone. 100% got that. Now,
No, and also, sorry, it's like since I'm used to working on high stakes, like you're
yeah,
treating patients and persons and all that. So the cost of messing up is huge. So I'm used to having
yeah,
a plan, plan A, B, and C, and put everything before going into action in order to have a plan, a strategy. So, and even
yeah.
when things don't go as planned, well, you're comfortable, you're trained to go and make the most of it. So that thing was missing for me in crypto, and that made me really uncomfortable.
Got it. Yeah, I think it's good that you come out of this field and already had like this type of mindset of always going in with a plan and also a plan for when things are going south, which is also very important.
Yeah.
Got it. Was there like a specific breaking point or moment that made you realize you couldn't reach your goals on your own inside of crypto?
So I think I was really lucky because I didn't have. I got into crypto during a bull run, so actually it was good because I don't have that back history of I made a lot of money and then I wasn't able to cash out and then assume huge losses and I'm starting again. So that was not the case with me. I got in a good timing, and then by reading all the testimonials and by researching, I found you guys, and I was following your content. So I said, okay, I don't want to be part of the statistics, of that.
Yeah.
So the main turning point was, okay, I was lucky and to be able to learn from other people's mistakes in that point. So
Hmm.
yeah, so that was most for me. Like okay, this is cyclical, so definitely it's gonna go. It's gonna slow down, and there are gonna be surprises that if I don't do anything different, everyone makes money in bull runs. If I don't do anything different,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose everything. So yeah, so that was a turning point. The realization that we have to adapt, and when the
Yeah.
rules of the game change, you have to change. And I didn't know what to do or how to do it. So that's when I found you guys.
Got it. Yeah, I think not being part of the statistics or even seeing the statistics and thinking, okay, chances are really high that I will be part of them if I'm not like doing something different than most people out there
Mhm.
is also very important breaking point.
Yeah.
So got it.
And because you don't
Um,
know what to look for, like you're gathering information, but you don't have the experience. You may have theoretical experience from theory, but you don't have
mm,
practical experience. You have not been long enough in the space, or, well, if you want to learn something or become someone, you first have to recognize that you are starting up, and the best way is to mix with people that are doing that and are there, and if
yeah,
you can learn through them, it's makes everything way easier, and you change from gathering information to executive decision making, and yeah, that peace of mind is amazing.
yeah, I totally understand that. Now, have you, like during the time where you were researching like other groups, have you actually tried some of them, like also maybe free ones? And why didn't you either join them or why weren't you like going with the other groups that you have seen?
So I started off like self-taught, like
Hmm.
doing research by myself, and trying to have like a plan on how to get into that.
Yeah.
And at first I was thinking about, okay, I know my way around the markets and traditional finances. So perhaps
Hmm.
it's just like a change of approach, but it's a completely different, it's like a paradigm shift, so I didn't enter any other groups. I saw most of the content as it was like someone trying to like signal groups or influencers that are shillings projects, and they're not looking for you, it's like everyone is thinking about themselves, and that's the way things are, it's like this is not
Yeah.
fully altruistic, but you have to be, there's a process to it, and if you want to get to the treatment before the diagnosis, then there is no magic pill, it's like you have
Yeah.
to know things, and to like, it's better to prevent disease than to treat it, or so. No, you were the first reliable group or system I came. This is the first, yeah, program I'm into, and I'm really happy about that. I know there are other good programs with structure and all that, definitely, but yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
a sad. I learned the bad way thing before this, because yeah, you were the first ones.
Lucky pick directly from the beginning. That's also important.
Yeah,
But I mean, you also did your research, so I guess like this is also part of the reason why you directly
yeah, there
made the
was
right
some
call.
due diligence behind that.
Yeah, very important. All right, got it. Now, after you joined Crypto Game Plan, was there like anything surprising to you that you have learned that you haven't heard anywhere else? I mean, you have done your research on your own, and you already said like crypto is very different to what like you have done in traditional markets. What was like the most surprising thing you have learned?
Okay, so I've been with you guys for a year now, and before
Hmm.
that, I was into crypto perhaps a couple of months. So I've been learning a lot and evolving, and I think what is like in retrospective, I'm amazed on how first how the structure of the program and the content of the course is, from levels, and for me, what said, okay, this is let's try this. This looks serious, and
Hmm.
it was. I think you probably will remember our interview, and at first I thought.
I did.
Yeah, like I was interviewing you guys to look for a fit and see what you were offering, but I realized that it was the other way around. So it was you were not trying to sell me. You were trying to genuinely take your time, and yeah, to understand what I was looking for, and perhaps if I was a fit for what you were developing. And the program today is way different than it was a year ago. It has evolved a lot. At first, as I understood it, it was more like a step-by-step program that led you, okay, these are the basics. You have to start learning what you are and how you assess risk, and in what state you are psychologically, and what are your goals, your financial goals, and your structure and your time and all that. And then through the ecosystem, not just on crypto, but also the broader sense of decentralized finances. That was something I was not expecting, and it's a whole universe also apart from just like going and choosing projects. So there are a
Yeah.
lot of really important aspects you have to learn if you want to thrive in this environment. But then it shifted as I was getting more experienced through a whole new, okay, we're gonna be more systematic. And then I was blown away by that. And then one of the best thing is, okay, now you can build, and in order to understand your own system, and not just like depend on the system someone else has built, and you know like what's under the hood on what makes it work, like putting the hours and building something by yourself, and then getting into platforms like TradingView and using AI, and then testing your strategies, making you like, okay, you are better for the markets now, but then you have to learn how to reassess yourself and how to change when things change. And then the program has moved more towards that also. So I think it accommodates everyone, you know, like people that are starting up, and then guys with a lot of more experience. I think everyone can find something to make themselves better. So yeah, it's been quite a nice year learning wise, but the
Yeah.
program has changed a lot also. It's like in constant evolution, and yeah, like the space is so dynamic that if everything stayed the same, then perhaps it worked for the market a couple of years or months or
Yeah.
weeks before, but then you're not getting ready for what's to come.
Exactly. This is why we also change like the program over and over again. Jack and I, like we have two conversations a week where we set our goals for the next 3 days, right? And it's always like we always think, okay, how can we make it easier, easier for you to like understand the information that we already provide, or what information is still relevant. And through asking this question so often, we always realize quite fast if something is outdated. So for example, like just I think 2 days ago, we got rid of the airdrop channel, for example, where we farmed airdrops together and stuff like this. So because we simply haven't seen like anything in this space which was or which gave us a positive return on investment also in our time, right? So yeah, this is definitely something that we work a lot on and continue working a lot on. Now, you already said it, like you are in the program for a year now. How would you describe like the level of support or community compared to other groups you have seen? Maybe also in other spaces, not just in the crypto space.
Okay, so what I really like the most about all this is that it's not just like a content and you go and you have mentorship and like, okay, let's get some feedback, but also that it's really dynamic, you know, as you said, within the ecosystem, like via Telegram and all that, that the direct communication, it's really well structured about different topics we can cover, but also there are the live calls that are amazing
Yeah.
because during the live calls and also the market updates that are every daily, you know, so that gives you like, okay, what's happening right now and what are we gonna have to look for in the next moments, and what's happening worldwide. But apart
Yeah.
from that, the sense of community is amazing. I have seen the group grow. And I am fortunate enough that the last year I traveled quite a lot for
Yeah.
work, for my medical stuff. But yeah, so as I had the opportunity to meet you and Jax in person. Also, I've met during my travels a couple of other guys from Crypto Grain Plan. So it's amazing to like get in contact, in touch, and then everyone is really open-minded and friendly and willing to share their experiences, and so it's like a lot of camaraderie, you know, like it's more
Yeah.
like friends and family. And yeah, it's amazing. I think comparing that also in the area of medicine I am, like sleep medicine, it's really
Hmm.
similar to how everyone is really friendly and like looking out for each other. So that's one of the strong points of the program, and it's you guys are constantly trying to make it better and to adapt, but also are like grooming the group to trying to get really positive interactions between everyone else. So I'm really looking forward to keep growing because everyone adds something to the group, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It
Yeah,
keeps
I
things
also like it that you have so many different backgrounds, right? It's like you in sleep medicine. Then I had a call with Rodrigo the other day, who's like a data analyst. Then you have Davey, who's working as like a sales manager at BMW. Like there are so many different backgrounds and faces. Like there's Ben, for example, who's self-employed. I can't really tell the full name of him because he wanted me to keep him anonymous to the outside. Then you have people like Matt, who are like full-time crypto investors, David, who's also full-time crypto investor. Like it's really, really diverse in terms of people inside of the program. And through that, also like the opinions that are being shared have like a different lens on whatever is going on right now. And I remember the conversation we had like last year when there was like a big DeSci season or smaller DeSci season, right? And you could share so much around this topic and gave us so many insights into how science work and what problems could actually be solved through this area and which projects might actually have future potential of a fundamental perspective as well. And this is just amazing to see, and seeing so many different like people doing something together is amazing. All right. Now, when you think back to before you joined, was there anything that almost held you back from joining? And now that you are inside of Crypto Game Plan, what would you say to your past self about that doubt?
Okay, so it's normal, and I think it's healthy to be really skeptic
Yeah.
about where to spend your time and where to look for help and how to educate yourself, and also keep a critical mind on the content and also what are you doing, right? So I think it's really simple because as in everything that really matters, it's better
Hmm.
to pay someone to like if you need a doctor, you're gonna look for someone that really knows their stuff, or if you need financial advice, you should also look for that. If you need a lawyer, you're gonna get someone that is expert in the field. So I think the market tax of not knowing how to do things, it's way more expensive than the tuition, right? Like the expenses of what you are paying for that. So I think it's not to hold back on being proactive, on looking for the right resources, and then just trust the process, trust what the other guys, the more experienced guys, your mentors are telling you, and yeah, look, just keeping a critical mindset. Well, keep following the instructions, and yeah, it's for the best. So I think that will be my biggest thing. I will remind myself like, okay, you have to go and look for the best guys, now trust them and reassess during the process what can you change or give feedback. That's also something that's really important about the community, that it's really improving, and you guys are really open to the feedback and actually asking for it. So and then
Yeah.
when things need to be changed, you are really quick on changing. So that's I'm really happy about that.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Now, when you look at your investment journey, maybe also not just in crypto, but also outside of crypto, how would you say CGP transformed this in, yeah, within the year you have been with us?
So as I started getting more a feel about the market and the
Mhm.
pitfalls and the risk management of it, I began getting more exposed to it. At first, I had a smaller exposure in the bigger picture of how I invest. And so
Yeah.
now I am crypto, and how I use DeFi is a bigger part of my investment portfolio. I still have other things, but yeah, I'm not a full-time investor as some of my friends in the group. Actually, I am. That's not my goal at the moment, you know. But
Yeah.
in portfolio-wise, my portfolio is more heavily inclined to crypto now than it was before. And I'm happy of that, because if I started with a bigger allocation, I probably would be with less capital right now. I will probably have my mistakes will be more costly. So I think increasing that as I become more comfortable, but also more stressless. More, it's risk management. So I think that's it. Most of it, I'm better at risk management, but also I thought I had a sense for traditional markets, but even I was in a way less knowledgeable, or my knowledge was less than I thought it was. And by studying and becoming more acquainted with crypto, it helped me not just in crypto, but also in a lot of other aspects of my daily life. It helped me optimize and apply some of the tools we use in crypto to become more proficient and better at other aspects. So overall, it's been really enrichful.
Yeah, got that. I love to hear that. This is also our goal, right? It's something that I told Rodrigo as well. Like you can't be a good investor if you're like foundational level, your personal level, from going like doing sports and stuff like this. If this is not handled, then the chances are low that you will be able to become like a great investor, because your personal life is not fixed yet. And that will lead to stress, that will lead to emotions, or more emotions than you would usually feel, and just to worse decisions that you end up making. So I'm happy to hear that as well. All right. Now, within a year, you have experienced some things already. Could you maybe share like a specific win, whether that's like a specific portfolio move that you did, or a successful trade, or simply the mental clarity of like having a plan?
Okay, so I think, as you say, we have experienced some cyclicity and the rhythm of the market has changed. So being able to shift and allocate and to get out or get in appropriately is something that has been great. I think one of the best things I have experienced is that by getting into crypto, you get the sense of a lot of more freedom. And that reflects also like when you travel, and even how you book flights and vacations, and how you get ahead, for instance, with traveling and managing like the currency exchange rates. And so even from that aspect about being better in managing the personal sense of finances and all that, what has given me more, I will say it, I think the relax and the stress levels going down about how you manage things is, I think, the most important thing I have taken out of this process. Like the mental clarity is like the biggest win.
Got it. All right. Good. I'm very happy to hear that. It's also very important, right? Like a lot of people disregard that. They only look at how much like the portfolio went up. If you didn't make a 10x, you didn't have a win. Like a lot of people don't understand how to like really become a good investor and what it actually takes to get there. And like mental clarity is a huge pro or huge like thing that is necessary for you to make clear decisions. And it's all about making decisions as an investor, right? It's, do you buy this? Do you don't buy this? Do you follow the system? Are you not following the system? And I know a lot of people who don't have this mental clarity, had a good system, but weren't able to follow it. And this is like basically the foundation of everything. So good point. Now,
I think, Robin, expectations is another major one. So if you're new to something, or you get your information or the sense on okay, everyone is big on crypto, and the like okay 10x, 100x, and all that, like profit gains, and that are not real expectations, because you see that from people that chill when they are up, but there is no follow up, right? Like those guys, those same guys don't tell you, okay, then that happened, or I managed my risk this way or that way. So you tend to come like with over expectations. I don't know if you recall when you asked me about my expectations on the first day. I had a really lower expectations. It's like, okay, if I finish the year with perhaps 30-50% increase, it's amazing. It's great. And your response was, okay, perfect. In crypto, that's not that hard to get, but you have to manage your expectations because, yeah, it's the timing is everything. You have to learn how to behave and what to expect according to the conditions of the market. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's easy, sometimes it's really hard, especially in environments when there is like player versus player or, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, knowing how to adapt your expectations accordingly and how to fit that within your risk tolerance and your overall life conditions, I think it's the key takeaway.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, managing expectations. It's always like that, right? No matter what you do in life, like I would always say expectations are a bad thing because they will make you either feel good or bad. And it's something output related. It's an output related goal or thing that you have in your mind, which makes you either happy or not happy. And I always like try to set my goal based on inputs and don't have expectations when I go into something, no matter what it is. Like I just understand that this area, for example, is interesting, that I should look into it. I know that this is interesting, so I don't have any expectations on what will come out at the end of the year. I just know that I will go into this now and I will take it serious and basically set my goals around the inputs that I do every single day. And this is how I think most people should also act. Don't expect that you will be rich after one bull run, especially if it's your first one. Even after two, like understand that there's like a journey behind everyone who made it, and it's nothing that just fall out of the sky and was like gifted to them. It was something which was connected to a lot of work, and this is what most people often ignore.
Yeah.
And this actually, yeah. Do you want to add anything to that?
Just, I think if you change the word expectations to like probabilistic thinking, it
Yeah,
really grounds you down. So if you
yeah,
think on odds and probabilities, then you're taking data into account. And then, yeah, you can ground or have a realistic expectation. And definitely,
yeah,
it's you have to try to, yeah, to predict what might happen. But yeah, definitely, you also have to think about all your biases, you know, like your confirmation
mm,
bias, and then, yeah, be able to be humble to understand that you are wrong or you might be wrong, and according to your risk tolerance, yeah, know when to pull the trigger. And as you also are always selling and telling us, and it's like, yeah, it's capital preservation comes first, right? And then this
100%.
risk to reward thinking is really important.
Yeah, yeah. Like you only are out of the game if you lose all your chips. So the first goal of every investor needs to be capital preservation and then growing the capital. All
Mhm.
right, got it. Now this ties a bit like into the next part or next question that I have for you, which is like, how did your like daily routine? You already said your stress level went down, but how did your daily routine change since you started following like the game plan?
So another part of what I really like about this is that you have to be accountable in order
Mm,
to keep you grinding and showing up and doing work. And everyone has, you know, responsibilities and their time, and the people you make yourself accountable, also it's important that they understand what they're accounting you on. So in my daily life, I really also, I'm blessed and happy about the weekly checkups we submit and have. That's one way to keep ourselves accountable, and also like trying to perhaps demonstrate or prove that we're working continuously, you know, like that's
mm,
something that really adds up. It's not, you don't have to do everything one day, but if you keep
mhm.
doing something every day, rise or shine or rainy day, you're gonna get there. It's like, it's a journey at the end. So you have to keep moving. And if you're not accountable, you won't be doing that. So I think that's one of the main aspects also about all this, connecting with the guys on the other side of the screen or the chats, and searching for advice or providing someone accountability. It's a great way to keep you motivated and showing up.
Yeah, and also giving like understanding what you have to work on next, right? It's
Yeah,
like
time
for
management
me,
is
like
also huge.
yeah, exactly. Like understanding like what you have to do in the next couple of days, understanding how to like basically manage like you, as you said, like the time to actually reach whatever like the accountability target was, right? So yeah, really important. 100% got it. Now, if you would describe like your before and after when it comes to your crypto confidence, obviously you just started out when you were getting into crypto. Maybe you can also like look at traditional finances and stuff, traditional assets, asset classes as well. How would you describe like the before and after of before joining Crypto Game Plan and now 1 year into Crypto Game Plan?
Okay, so I consider myself obviously someone new into the area. You know, beginner, intermediate, or someone. I'm really enthusiastic, and I really enjoy how dynamic everything is. So keeping that in sight, you might even be, the more you learn about something, that's something we all experience in other aspects of our life and our professional life. The more you master something, the more you focus on details, and the more you are able to adapt faster and to teach better something, and the more proficient you get. But you never stop learning. So keeping that in mind, I changed my whole routine. You know, I wake up earlier than I used to, and I think about this like a progression, like my morning or my daily progression includes I start like doing updating on the market updates. Since we're in different time frames, when I wake up, I have the market update you guys make or Jack makes due to the time zones. So that's like the first thing I usually do. So then I get into, okay, this is how the world is behaving, not just crypto, because the updates are broader in the sense of, okay, this is what's happening. It's like my daily news, right? And then I try to, not every day I get fully into like all the details and all the like review on all positions or on things. It depends on what I am doing. But before that, I used to think that having a lot of exposure, like in different tokens or stocks perhaps, was a way to manage risk. But in traditional markets, everything is more related than I used to think, and it's not that way. And in crypto, it's really also that most of the projects are at the same risk level. So understanding how to make a sound barbell or whatever portfolio strategy you're using is also huge. So I didn't have a good portfolio strategy structure beforehand. And having that right now is also something like one of the biggest changes I have from before. I have a more comprehensive, investment policy that is suitable to my risk management and what I am looking and expecting to get. So that's one of the first points you guys take on Crypto Game Plan. So building a portfolio and understanding yourself is like the basis of everything. If you don't have the foundation strong, then it's easier to crumble down when things go south.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. As I said earlier as well, right? The foundation is everything. All right. Now, when you think about who you would recommend CGP to and who should probably stay away from us, what would be your answer?
Okay, so definitely this is something that everyone who wants to get into crypto and DeFi needs to have knowledge and how to move themselves around. So there are a lot of ways to achieve that. Crypto Game Plan is for someone that wants to put the work and to get prepared to navigate by yourself further down in time, because I think this is more about understanding the hows, how things work, and the why might things change, and then how to adapt to you, how to adapt yourself to that. So if you want to be actively running your investments and trying to maximize your returns within your risk management, like how confident you are within that, then definitely this is for those kind of guys. But you need two things. You need the time to invest into educating yourself, and then into trying to know the space. And then the second thing is you have to also be able to keep grinding and to like reassessing and readapting to how things change. So for the more active investor, this will be a nice opportunity. It's definitely not for someone that wants to be more passive into investing into crypto. For those guys, perhaps that's the same profile of investor that might be better off doing like stock indexes, or perhaps holding Bitcoin for most of the time, and have a less hands-on approach. And also, if you're still in the aspect, or if someone is still in the aspect of thinking that crypto is the area to get rich fast, and are looking for what to buy, or what token, or when, or how to do that, then I think if you're that kind of investor right now, or in that part of your journey, because we all start somewhere, I would like to say that's not how things work. And if you are stuck on that, then beware, because you're gonna lose a lot of money, and a lot of frustration is coming to you. And definitely crypto game plan is not for you. But yeah, I think if you want to be hands-on and active, it's a great place to start.
Perfect. Got it. Now, coming to an end, is there like anything else you would like to share about your experience that we haven't covered yet?
So just that the return on investment on being part of a community and having clarity is amazing. So yeah, I'm really happy and grateful. And I think at the end, being part of a group that's striving to get better, everyone pushing the other guys into a better place, I think it's how you grow yourself first as a person, as an individual, but then also as an investor. And then it helps you be more aware of everything around you. And so I think that's the way to go. It's like you have to work on yourself, and then your portfolio, it's gonna feel the tailwind on that, or it's gonna catch up. If you try to do the things the other way around, like to work on your portfolio without working on yourself, it's a recipe for something that it's not sustainable. It's like it's not the way to go. So yeah, you have to work
Yeah,
first on yourself.
100%. I totally agree with you. All right, then Gabriel, thank you so much for the conversation. And I would say I see you either in the chats or in the next investment call. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you.